position.
Delta team established defensive perimeter. Confirmed vehicles approaching. Suspect is female. Rabbit is female.
Marine Corps Recon, we are receiving your transmission. 1400 hours, please confirm.
And a New York Minute.
روح كثير لا تخليكم يشوفونك.
How good was the intel?
We had a visual. She's there.
كان هني لازم نروح بسرعة. لا توقف لي أحد. إذا مسكونا راح يقتلونا. طيب فهمنا. يلا تعالوا بسرعة.
Negative for target.
Keep searching. Check over there.
Sir! A tunnel!
All units, be advised, the subject is on the move. All units, the subject is on the move.
Alpha 1, we got a gold Mercedes approaching checkpoint Bravo. And it's not slowing, sir.
Fire a warning shot.
The car is not yielding, sir.
Fire into the engine block.
Still coming, sir.
Then you to treat the vehicle as a hostile, Bravo. You are to stop the vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Checkpoint Bravo. Status.
Target was engaged, sir.
Check back up.
Second door. Oh, God.
Bravo. Is the rabbit in the vehicle? Bravo. Bravo.
Negative, sir. It's a family. Sir! You should come in here.
Notify command and tell them that the subject is out of pocket. Tell them to contact Homeland Security. We have a real situation here.
Get your team on a plane. I'm going to the White House.
Every morning, the president receives a report that updates the most active threats against the United States. This report is called the Threat Matrix.
The Department of Homeland Security handpicked teams of agents from the CIA, the FBI, and the NSA to analyze and respond to the Threat Matrix report. Now, their job is to keep us safe.
We are making progress.
Peeved, you Betty's peeved. We're supposed to be taking people off the threat matrix, not putting them on. Now, either our intel was bad or our execution was sloppy.
Our intel was good. The problem is we only have one unit in the area.
We have 150,000 troops over there. In fact, the press keeps reminding the president of every day.
CENTCOM had a good tip and a limited window. We hit them with all we had in the sector.
And wound up killing an unarmed family of 3. We're making friends there every day. Do we know where she is now?
Mossad believes she made it into Syria. Beyond that, we don't know. Obviously, we've thrown out a net.
How dangerous is she?
Dr. Hassan was the brains behind Iraq's biochem weapons program. During the invasion, she disappeared. We had no idea where she was until CENTCOM got a visual on her about 30 hours ago.
So now she's on her own, a woman who is capable of making nerve gas.
If she's manufactured a weapon and is coming toward America...
We have to find her and stop her.
We've got a team hitting the ground right now.
Captain. John Kilmer, Homeland Security.
Welcome to hell. And snipers taking pot shots at us this morning, but we cleared them out. We got a patrol up on the ridge. You should be fine.
They're not exactly happy to see us.
Some are, some aren't.
Well, that's what got him into Kevlar. This is Frankie, our profiler. Mo's a speaker, former agency man. He'll be running the interviews.
Larkin, forensics.
Mo, get started with the locals. Somebody might know where the doctor's headed. We gotta smoke this woman out. Got it. Run a full forensic sweep of her bedroom, bunker, lab.
No lab. We only found her bunker.
All right, Jelani, you with us?
Look up and wave.
You got a bird up there?
Global Hawk. 65,000 feet. Can't see it. It's been over the area for the past few days.
CENTCOM gave us access. Military's got the best toys.
You got an IR camera, right?
Affirmative.
We ought to be able to find her lab from the heat signature.
We can find a Bunsen burner 10 feet underground if we know what we're looking for.
Well, what we're looking for is a chemical lab. Have Holly review the bird's data and imagery. See if she can see something we can't.
All over it.
Creepy, isn't it?
I'm all about creepy.
Hitler had a room like this. Maps with targets his bombers would hit if he got to America.
Hitler had an air force and an army. This is one woman. And the war is over. What does she want?
Jelani is starting to upload now. She's got dozens of targets in every major American city. Stadiums, convention centers, schools, blueprints, schematics. This is not easy to come by. Looks like she's studying the probable airborne path of a chemical or a biological weapon. Look at these. Ventilation schematics, wind flow patterns. Sure looks like she's planning an attack.
Yeah, but with what? Nerve gas, biotoxins? Without her lab, we don't know what we're dealing with.
I'm gonna need a couple of soldiers to collect all of her garbage. Everything from these rooms, upstairs and down. Trash cans, incinerator ashes, you name it. Trust me, I do this for a living.
Our doctor was born in Iraq, but she got her PhD in chemistry in Boston.
She lived in America?
Yeah, for 7 years. In the 80s, she went back to Baghdad, and for 15 years, she worked as a research scientist for Saddam. Before the first Gulf War, she built weapons for him. After they dismantled her biochem weapons program, she vanished.
Melville, Dostoevsky, poetry, scientific journals, nothing at all religious or political. Not even a copy of the Quran.
Well, she's not a fundamentalist, she's a scientist. And she likes makeup, perfumes, lipstick, compacts, all high-end products, the best.
So she's vain. Why does she live in a hole?
Well, because she's vain and practical. A lethal combination.
Well, she likes all that stuff so much, why didn't she take it with her?
Well, maybe she was carrying something more important.
What's the inscription say?
Liejul Bentna, Farhat Hayatna, to our daughter, joy of our life.
Hey, Jelani, what do we have on Dr. Hassan's parents?
Already on it. Army intel's been trying to locate them in Basra. No luck yet.
Yeah, we'll stay on it. Maybe she'll try to reach out to him. How do you go from being a college girl in America to being a mass murderer?
Well, maybe in her mind she didn't. That's the difference between you and me, Kilmer. I see the person. You only see the monster.
أنا خبروني إحنا عندك معلومات عن الدكتور حسن. أنت ماشي في المختبر.
I speak English. No, I never saw a lab.
Did you ever see her?
Can't remember.
See, it's okay. She's gone now. You're safe.
So you say. Maybe tomorrow you're gone and she come back.
Why are they doing that?
He was a soldier who killed the family.
Did you know them?
It's a small village. He was my cousin.
Get down! Get down! Move! 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 He's out! He's right there! Stay back! Stay back! Get out!
Clear. Sniper's been neutralized. We are clear.
All right, we're clear. Stay now.
Where'd you go?
Sir, Private Perry. Captain Hanson's attaching me to your detail, sir.
All right, glad to have you.
I hope so, sir. Captain said something about collecting garbage.
That was me, Private. Let me tell you what we're looking for.
Private Perry's the soldier who took down the Mercedes.
What'd you find?
Well, there's a mass grave filled with Dr. Hassan's enemies just outside of town. They think she's coming back. They're afraid to talk.
I'll respect their fear and make your contact with them personal. Maybe they'll open up.
I don't see anything.
Days ago.
Such a dull glow that the Army missed it.
Because it's underground like her bunker. Upload the coordinates.
Longitude. 36 degrees.
19 minutes, 32 seconds north. Latitude, 43 degrees.
10 seconds east.
Well, that's only about 1,000 yards from where I'm standing.
This is the right size for human testing.
Her log, it's meticulous. Looks like she tested everything she made.
Emergency scuba tank.
Can be pressurized to 3,000 pounds per square inch.
Can it get through customs?
Yeah, no problem. Anywhere there's diving, they get them all the time.
A chemical batch reactor, the first phase in producing volatile chemicals. It's been used recently. My guess is these are the precursor chemicals. Diisopropylamine, phosphorus trichloride, SWS.
How do you know these things?
This was what she was making.
Any idea what it is?
Well, it's amber colored. Viscous. My guess is she's making an ethylmethylphosphonothioate. It's VX.
Nerve gas.
Her records indicate she completed it a week ago. Didn't have a chance to test it.
Think she will?
Well, I can almost guarantee it.
She could be anywhere in the world with it by now.
Chico de calor, ya llegamos. 22 millas. Hey, mira. Hey, hey. Hey, Asmo. Nos da raíz. Asmo. Hey, ya llegamos. Vamos a trabajar. Aquí bien cerquita. ¿Nos da raíz, por favor? Sí, gracias. ¿Sí? Está bien.
¿Vas a estar? Muy bien.
¡Ey! ¡Órale!
Está bien.
Yo me siento aquí. ¿Está bien? Sí, está bien. Claro.
Look at what they've done to their own people. Now, here's my problem. Saddam Hussein and his inner circle, they were killers, murderers, and psychopaths who destroyed their own country. Now, they should end up in mass graves for the pain and terror that they inflicted on their own people. You know what gets me hot? How come we are now cutting some of these guys' deals? Why are we actually paying these murderers to cooperate?
Where's my brother?
Let me help you.
So it's like a supercharged aerosol can.
Holding 200 times its volume in VX. The pressure acts as its dispersant.
Oh, she could get this in a contained space, like a stadium or a mall. She could kill...
Under the right circumstances, tens of thousands. Let me show you. Timeline is in the lower right frame. We begin counting on introduction of the VX. VX aerosol is fast-moving. It fills a room in seconds. The lethal dose is just 10 milligrams. It enters through any membrane, eyes, lungs. The molecule binds to the enzyme that transmits signals to the nerves. The body loses control over its motor, respiratory, and pulmonary functions. Lung function ceases. As the victim quickly loses muscle control, he slips into convulsions. They bleed from their ears. Sometimes the muscles contract so strongly they break the victim's own bones. Death occurs in 1 to 3 minutes. Gas disperses back to harmless levels after 30 minutes.
Is there an antidote?
Atropine. But it has to be injected in the first 30 seconds after exposure.
We should notify the CDC. If she tests it, and I think she will, she'll leave a trail of victims.
Thank you.
Why'd you kill him?
Dr. Hassan killed his wife and he spoke up. That was enough.
Was she doing this for Saddam?
No. She was on her own.
Did she experiment on them?
No. But she did on many in our village. My brother died at the hand of her protege. Her assassin. Saleh al-Samud.
Did you leave with her?
No, Saleh left Iraq maybe 6 months ago.
Do you know where he went?
I heard America.
That's good enough, Saleh.
That's good. There's some gloves over there. You can put them on and help me start sorting.
What are we looking for?
Here's the forensics of trash. You look for things you don't expect to find and see what they tell you. Like this, a wet coffee filter. What does that tell you about our doctor?
She enjoys a good cup of Joe.
Okay.
She's too lazy to do her own dishes.
You're getting good at this. It's like archaeology. You look for things that surprise you. It's more art than science.
What about this? Does this speak to you?
No, that's just gross. But look at these audio cassettes.
What are they?
French and Spanish language tapes. Maybe she's planning a trip to Europe.
Or coming into the States through Mexico or Canada.
I look at this wall and all I can think is why.
Doesn't matter.
Of course it does.
What is her plan? Where is she headed? When is she attacking? How is she going to pull it off? But why? Ask her when we catch her.
If we don't understand her, she's going to beat us.
We don't have to understand her. We have to find her.
Oh, it just doesn't make any sense. The regime has fallen. This isn't about Saddam. She's not an ideologue, a fanatic. She's a cool, calculating, meticulous woman. Look at the precision of her lab records. And then look at this wall. It's obsessional. Her notes on the maps are scrawling. It's angry, disorganized. There are 54 targets here. It's as if she can't pick one.
Maybe she was targeting them all.
Any of them Camp Lejeune?
No, I think Carolina's safe.
That's good. My wife's family's there, and we're having a baby in a couple months.
Congratulations.
That must have been hard for you the other day.
Yeah, I just keep thinking maybe if I'd waited just a bit longer. I mean, I knew I was supposed to engage, and that's the right thing to do, but I don't know, maybe I would have seen it was a family. You don't think that sniper was out for me because of what I did, do you?
War isn't personal. It'll kill you just as soon as it'll make a hero out of you. That sniper was after anybody in a Marine uniform. He wasn't after you. You followed orders. That's your job.
Thank you, sir.
War isn't personal? Tell that to the families back home.
I will not fail you, Doctor.
I know.
It's layout smooth, no photo. There are a couple mentions of him as their assistant in field reports, described as tall, serious, and a man who kept to himself. Can you give me anything else?
His hometown is Al Badr. Could be Republican Guard.
No, doesn't help. That's all I'm getting. He's all vapor.
You know, I'm thinking a photo would be real helpful.
Al Badr looks like a 3-hour drive from you guys. Maybe you should make the trip.
If I send you and Private Perry with an armed escort, see what you can find out. He's our best lead.
Night's the best time to travel in the desert.
Kilmer, I have something. Back at the Bureau, I investigated a lot of passport forgery cases. Once you know all the tricks, you can't miss the signs.
Like orange peels?
Citric acid. Perfect way to age paper. Makes the passport look used, less suspicious.
What about the adhesive remover?
Loosens the lamination. Then you swap out the photos. Seal it up with a new piece of lamination. You're good to go.
So is this the original cover?
There's some ink residue on the surface of the plastic. A couple of reverse imprinted letters.
Well, we know the name she's traveling under.
And we'll know where she's flown.
Hit the lights, please. Almost. Hello, my pretties.
Francis, and the last name ends in M-O-N-D.
That's all I can get.
That'll have to be enough.
Francis Bellman, Argentine passport.
Flew to Vancouver last week with her husband and 3 kids.
What else you got?
Francis Gelman, French passport. Francis Gelman's a man.
You got any other matches, Jelani?
Hold on. Here's one. Francis Tormont, Belgian passport. Came in on a flight from Mexico City. Mexico City customs logs show Francis Tormont came into Mexico City on a charter flight from Damascus.
Belgian passport on her way to Mexico. That explains the French and Spanish tapes.
We got her. We know anything about her travel plans?
Easy. She's booked on a commercial flight from Tijuana Airport to Paris, leaving 21 hours. Wanna know which gate?
Wheels up.
Gunny, we need to be in the air within the hour. Mo, stay here and follow that lead. If she's leaving Tijuana, it could mean one of 2 things. Either we're too late, or she's passing the VX off to somebody else. Lark?
Keep digging through the garbage.
Jelani, I'm gonna need a TAC team waiting for us when we land.
You got it.
Jelani, pass me through to Kilmer, please.
Kilmer, I've got Mo. He's on his way back from Al Badr.
Mo, what's your 20?
I'm about 2 hours from Paria. All I got is a mouthful of dust and a schoolboy picture of Al Samud. Looks about 13.
Holly can run an age progression on it. Beam it up.
Well, that's the problem. My PPX got dusted too. I've got to get the lock to upload the image.
Suspect sighted.
Get her back. Search everything.
She's already passed it off.
Refrigerant. I contracted a couple of bars in TJ. Can you open them up for me?
Sure.
Oh, this one. It's enough, Mr. Sanchez. Welcome back to the U.S.
Dr. Hassan, we don't have the luxury of time, so I'm just going to be blunt. We know you fled Iraq with VX nerve gas. We know that the United States is the intended target of your attack. I'm here to get two things: the location of your weapon and its final destination.
What's the worst-case scenario? How many dead?
Worst case, 30 to 40,000.
So you're the blonde they sent. I was expecting someone
who would break your fingers.
We're like you and I. Women in a man's world.
I saw your lab. The bodies in the graves. It's over.
Nothing is over.
We know about your assistant, Salih Al-Samud.
If you knew where he was, we wouldn't be talking. You need me.
No. You need me. If your weapon is used and Americans die, you will be executed.
Are you authorized?
Excuse me?
Are you authorized to make a deal? I can tell you where my weapon is, and I will, under the right circumstances.
Jelani, what's the status of the voice stress?
We have a baseline established.
This is not a negotiation.
Frankie, listen to her terms.
What do you have in mind?
What's an American life worth to you? If I could kill 30,000 people, would their lives be worth $1,000 apiece?
You're asking for $30 million?
And safe passage to Syria.
We should take this to the Attorney General.
Come on out, Frankie.
It doesn't make any sense.
She's fitting your profile perfectly. Vain, self-centered.
Look, if she wanted money, she would have come to us, or she would have sold her VX on the black market. She delivered her package. She was on her way out. She didn't want to be caught.
Valid point.
And what if she's wrong?
It's a stall tactic. She's just trying to keep us busy until she can execute her plan. Let me back in there.
How quickly can we get an answer from the AG?
Sandra?
You watched Hannity last night?
Yeah, a large part of me agrees with him.
Me too. But there's just too much at stake here. What if that weapon goes off in a stadium, a church, or a school? Do you want to tell the president we don't pay off terrorists? Or should I? I'll have an answer from the AG in 5 minutes.
Jelani, what are we missing here? Is there anything we didn't follow up? Her education, her family? What about her parents?
Army intel now lists them as deceased. That's why we couldn't find them.
Nice of them to let us know. Any details? How, when, where?
Nothing. See what I can dig up.
Okay, hurry.
War isn't personal, Frankie. To her, it's business, science.
Body count, collateral damage.
That's right.
We got some bad potholes at home, but this is whack.
Yeah, I'd like to say get used to it, but you don't. Or the heat or the grit gets in your teeth.
How long you been in?
7 months in country, a year in the Corps. Right now, it's starting to feel like forever. So you've been talking to him, right?
Part of my job.
They really hate us, don't they?
Some, maybe. I think they just want us out.
Well, then there's a big part of me that's on their side, man. I just want to go home.
Nice trip.
All beach, no ocean. I need your PPX.
There's sodas in the cooler. They're warm as blood.
Thanks, I guess.
All right. You with me, Jelani? You got an image?
Time for Holly to work on magic. She needs to know how old he would be now.
41?
Man down! Man down! Medic!
Mo, what's going on? Who is it? Jelani, can you get a picture?
Put up the remote.
Oh my God.
Come on, kid. We're losing him. It's Private Perry. They killed him.
Something happened?
Man down in Iraq.
One of yours?
A Marine attached to our detail. Did you get an answer from the AG?
Gilmer. Yep. Yes, sir, I'll tell her. The Attorney General agreed to her terms.
This isn't about money, Colonel. This is about something else. It's about that horrific wall of maps in her bunker. It's emotional. I know it. She's lying to us.
Frankie, listen to me.
Look, you have to trust me here.
I hired you because I trust you. Now listen to me. I want you to go into that room and make the offer.
And give her time for her weapon to hit its target. She's just gonna keep stalling until people die.
Frankie,
You asked me how a girl at American college could become a mass murderer.
we need to do this.
You don't think she's capable of personal feelings? Look, her humanity may be lost, but she's still human. Look, it was an Iraqi sniper who killed Private Perry.
It's just a Marine in uniform.
I don't believe that. Someone was gunning for him because of what he did to that family. It was personal, and there is a reason. It's not ideological or mercenary. There's a reason she brought that VX here to Southern California.
Frankie, make the offer.
If you won't make the offer, someone else will.
Jelani, how are we doing on her parents?
Still working on it.
Look, I'm going in there. I need you to keep me updated. I need to know everything you know when you know it. I'll present the offer. Just watch the flutter on her voice dress. The Attorney General has accepted your offer, $30 million and safe passage to Syria. And now in return?
Tomorrow at noon, the Oceanside Convention Center.
What's the flutter, Jelani?
Inconclusive.
I'll get the convention center on alert.
And tell Holly I need that picture now.
She's jamming on it. Got something on her parents, Frankie. Both died 6 months ago, same day. More's coming in.
Roger, what are you doing? We have got to get that convention center.
Cassandra, wait.
Keep it coming, Jelani.
It's coming.
You're very quiet. Is your earpiece keeping you busy?
Her parents are listed as collateral damage during the invasion of Basra.
Do you think that war is personal, Dr. Hassan?
War is a means to an end.
The Iran-Iraq war. There were what, 1 million deaths? How many from the gas you manufactured?
Many enemy soldiers died.
And then there were the Kurds, 5,000 dead in a single gas attack.
I simply did my job. I had no personal interest in seeing them die.
What about the people of your village? You killed dozens of them.
Enemies of the regime. A casualty of power.
You tested your weapons on them. What do you call that?
A casualty of science.
So war is impersonal?
Of course not.
Who killed her parents, Jelani?
We did. Frankie, the Marines were shelling a suspected sniper site, and they hit an apartment building. Her parents were inside.
And you don't hold the Americans responsible for the death of your parents?
No.
The Kurds you gassed died in war. Your parents died in war. Is there a difference?
Yes. The difference is
they were your parents. When I was a girl, my parents died in a car accident, both of them. It cut me off from the normal world.
I am not interested.
I didn't talk to anyone for a year. It changes you, doesn't it? Someone you love dies, especially your parents. You're a scientist. It alters your chemistry. Things go black. Nothing matters.
Don't presume to know me.
Do you know which division came through Basra?
Of course not.
Oh, she remembers. She's all over the place.
I think you do. I think it started out as a broad hatred of all Americans. And you wanted to lash out. You wanted to kill us all. But you realized that was impossible. So you decided to narrow it down to the specific division that killed your mother and father.
I told you. Tomorrow morning, Oceanside Convention Center.
She's lying.
Tell the AG I'd be happy to roll that $30 million into our program.
It was the first. The 1st Marine Division that went through Basra.
The 1st Marine Division is stationed at Camp Pendleton.
How's Holly coming with that photo?
She's got it.
All right, get it to Pendleton now.
And get a chopper here. I could be at the base in 20 minutes.
Camp Pendleton, it's all here. The schematics to the ventilation systems, air conditioning units.
We ran your photo, and it matched up with one of our subs.
Air conditioning?
Yeah, came in about 35 minutes ago.
How quickly can you get the 1st Marine Division out of their barracks?
We're already evacuated.
Where am I going, Lark?
There are 5 separate ventilation systems.
Which one leads to the 1st Marine Division's barracks?
Systems 2 and 3. The best place for him to disperse the weapon would be at the actual air conditioning unit. Do you have atropine?
Now, we do, but the rest of the base doesn't. It got sent to Iraq. All right, systems 2 and 3. Okay, Lark, I'm at an intersection.
Right goes to the heating unit. You want to go left.
Suspect is armed.
There's an air intake valve at the other end of the catwalk. If he sets off this weapon,
Suspect is down. I have the weapon. Weapon is secure.
Dr. Nabila Hassan, the Queen of Spades, was taken into custody by Homeland Security agents in Baja California yesterday. She is on her way to Guantanamo Bay for processing and debriefing. Yes.
Congressional Quarterly, was she the smoking gun the administration was looking for?
No, we're convinced that she was a rogue scientist and that she was operating from a motive of personal revenge. But was she part of Saddam Hussein's machinery of terror against his own people? Without a question. Was her intent to harm Americans? I have no question about that.
You have any plans tonight?
Well, I thought I'd better stay here. Keep the world safe for democracy. You?
Do you believe I have a date?
You got one?
Yeah, with the laundromat.
Stay here?
No, I know what you're gonna do.
No, you
The minute I walk out of here, you're gonna turn on football.
You don't know me.
Yes, I do. I was married to you.
Doesn't mean you know me.
Mrs. Perry? Yes? My name's John Kilmer. I'm very sorry about your husband.
2 brand new makeovers on Extreme Makeover coming up next on ABC.